Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Mr. G. Oliveira and today I'm going to show you how you can make a ceramic butter tray. The very first step for this assignment is to create a visual representation or a blueprint if you want to call it. This will help you know exactly where you're going with your assignment and help you solve any problem that you might have before you actually start working with clay. So this little template that I'm doing, there is about 1.5 inch tall by 5.5 inches long, but you can make this assignment whichever size you like. The little butter cubes are actually 4.8 inches, so it's almost 5 inches long. The next step right here is I'm going to draw the bottom of the tray. This is going to be about 7 inches long by 3.5 inches wide. So that way my little butter cover tray can fit on the template just fine. The next step in here is to flat a piece of clay, and using my template I'm going to cut out the exact shape that I need for my assignment. I will be using a ruler to make sure that my cuts are nice and straight, so I don't have to second guess myself or deal with problems that may arise when I'm building my project. This way I know exactly what I'm getting. Once I do my first cut, it's always a good idea to roll the clay once more to make sure that everything is the exact same size. And again, using the same template, I'm just going to go and cut the clay a second time, getting rid of all the excess clay. Now that I have the template for the box ready, I'm going to use a knife to cut this 45-degree angle on a clay that will help me close the box in a perfect shape. The next step, of course, is to smooth the clay to remove any imperfection that it may have. And I'm going to be using a serrated kidney tool to scratch the clay to make my score marks. And I'm going to use a brush to apply some of the slip, which work like glue for ceramics. Here I notice that I have one part of my project that is a little longer than the other, so I'm going to fix that before I actually put my project together. And finally, using a ruler, I can just fold the edges and just put it all together using the slip. Now, using your finger or one of your ceramic tools, you can smooth the clay to remove any imperfections and make sure there are no rough edges and everything looks as perfect as you can make it. Do not forget to smooth the joints inside to make sure that they are nice and stuck together, so that will prevent your clay from splitting open when it is drying on a shelf. Once you're satisfied with your project, you can start working on a handle. In this case, I just flat a piece of clay and I cut it about 1 inch or half an inch wide. And I just folded, creating a handle design that I liked it. So I thought it would be a good idea to use a piece of clay in the middle to give my handle this type of curve going up and down to make the design look a little bit more pleasing to my ideas. And now I'm going to use more clay so I can make the bottom tray of my project. And using my template, I know exactly the size that I need, so I don't have to second guess myself. And now that I'm satisfied with the bottom tray of my project, I'm going to flatten more clay. I'm going to cut them into 1/2 inch strips, and I'm going to wrap all the way around my project. Once you attach your piece of clay, it is a good idea to make sure your seams are well sealed. You can do that by attaching more slip. Right here I'm using my liquid slip that I have, but if you don't, just make sure to use a piece of coil of clay with water. That should do the job just as well. Attaching the joints in a 45-degree angle give your project a little more strength because your joints will have a little bit more surface to work on. Once my borders are put on the bottom tray, all I'm going to do now is make sure that the borders are well attached together and that there are no chances of splitting up once they start drying on the shelf. And now we're using one of my tools. I'm just going to add some type of decoration to the edges just to give something else to look at and to attract the attention. Just to give something else to attract some attention to the project. And now, last but not least, I'm going to attach some handle to the tray so it makes easier for moving it around. These little handles I just made it with some coils, and then I just attach to the short ends of my tray using score and slip. And now as a final touch, just going to smooth my project all the way around and make sure that the clay looks nice. And from this point on, is just to put it on a shelf, let it dry for a few days, and have it ready for glazing. Well, I hope you liked this video. Please leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.